What's up, guys? Young Bucks, Old Goats, episode 66. I wasn't really planning to do another episode so soon, but when I woke up this morning after that Sunday night game, there was so much controversy going on between the Eagles-Redskins game, and I started thinking about it and looking into it, and I got to disagree with almost every major network, every major talking head, from ESPN to Sports Illustrated, Sal Palantonio. Almost everybody saying the Eagles threw that game, Doug Pederson threw that game, and it's disgusting and it's an outrage, and therefore the Giants got left out of the playoffs because the Eagles didn't try hard enough to win that game. Honestly, that's a bunch of bull crap. As a Dolphin fan, the Steelers didn't play Ben Roethlisberger. If he would have played, maybe the Steelers beat the Browns, but I'm not crying about that as a Dolphin fan, and I haven't heard many other Dolphin fans crying about that. The first thing I thought when the Dolphins got left out of the playoffs, with 10 wins, not 6 wins like the Giants, with 10 wins, the first thing I said was, man, we should have probably beat the Broncos. We wouldn't have been in this position. Or maybe we should have beat the Pats in week 1, and we wouldn't have been in this position. I didn't automatically look for an excuse for another team that could have helped me. Giants, you're a 6-win team. If you wanted to get into the playoffs, I'm getting upset. Let me drink a little more. If you wanted a chance to get in, you had plenty of chances in any of those 10 games. So we're going to feel sorry for a 6-10 team that didn't get in because the Eagles didn't try hard enough. They did have a lot of starters in. Pederson did say he was going to play Sudfeld because he wanted to give him some snaps. He's allowed to do that. Why not? You know, of all the teams that I don't like, the Patriots are the number one team. Even if the Patriots would have done this, I don't think I could have given them a hard time for it. It's week 17. The game means nothing to the Eagles. You know nothing. You don't know anything to the Giants. Why not give this guy some snaps? He's probably going to be he may be your true backup next year because Wentz may be on the way out. You know, the Chiefs played a JV team. Yeah, that didn't have playoff implications, but there was other games with playoff implications where starters were rested, like the aforementioned Steelers-Browns game. So I don't see what the big deal is. Hurts did play. He played, I think, 3 quarters at least. He wasn't even that great. He could have been benched for ineffectiveness. He was 7 of 20, was 72 yards, and he threw 1 interception. His rating was 25. Yeah, I know he ran for a couple touchdowns. Sudfeld, when he came in, was 5 of 12 for 32 yards with 1 pick. The stats were actually pretty similar. So, again, I don't... You screwed yourself, Giants, when you didn't win more than 6 games. You're expecting charity, and you only won 6 games. You know, some of the players were tweeting, this is sickening. No, dude, that's Darius Slayton. Your 6-10 record is sickening, dude. That you think that you deserve a playoff spot with that record, and then you got screwed. You should have took care of your own business. Then you wouldn't have been in this position. And again, the Sudfeld decision had been made ahead of time. He wanted to see or give him some snaps. He could have started that guy the whole game if he wanted to. There would have been nothing wrong with that. Other teams do it. Again, why risk anybody in that game? That doesn't mean anything to you. You don't know anything to the Giants. They had their own, like I said, the Steelers sat Ben, the Chiefs played Henny and a JV team. So I don't get what the big deal is. Sal Palantonio's calling for an investigation into the Eagles. What are they going to investigate? That they did the same thing a bunch of other teams do all the time? Yeah, I get it. People are saying, they threw the game so they can go from the 9th to the 6th draft position. Again, if they wanted to really throw that game, they probably would have put Sudfeld in there from the beginning. This is nothing compared to stuff the Patriots have done over the years. I don't know. Most teams wouldn't risk. The other thing is, if this game would have been played at 1 o'clock instead of the night game where everybody's watching, there probably wouldn't have been a big deal. So they're also a victim of that being the last game of the season, the Sunday night game. Everybody's watching that game. Um, the the Giant tweeting is ridiculous, man. You're 6-10, dude. Just shut up. Try to take care of business next year. Um, what am I drinking here? This is Independence Harbor Amber Ale. Has a little bit of honey in it. The only thing I don't like is it kind of looks like something a Patriots fan would drink because there's like a Patriot on the bottle and stuff. But pretty good for a change of pace. Ale, Amber Ale. Not bad. And, this if this were tanking, which, it may have been a little bit of, not the first time somebody tanks in the NFL. Suck for luck. We had tank for Tua, even though it looked like we were trying to win some games as Dolphin fans. The real sad part about the whole scenario is that the story is not Alex Smith coming off a horrific leg injury, potential comeback player of the year, leads the Washington football team to the playoffs. That should be the story plastered all over websites and people's social media and stuff. Not that Pederson and the Eagles sat some of their starters at some point in the game, or some people didn't play in a game that meant absolutely nothing to their franchise. So as a franchise, do you have to see if it's going to affect other teams before you make decisions that are best for you? Why? Why would you have to do that? Would the Giants have done that for them if the shoe was on the other foot? Probably not. So also Ron Rivera, had cancer treatment earlier in the year. That should be the story. Give the Washington football team their props after all the controversy and stuff they had to overcome. Because yes, the franchise had a lot of controversy, but a lot of those players are just there trying to play football, and they have to deal with all those distractions. So I'm going to give them props to the Washington football team, and they're going to play Tampa Bay, which is going to be a tough game for them. Some people are saying, Tampa Bay gets a bye next week. So we'll see how that goes. Wild card weekend coming up, 3 games each day. Again, I got my boy here with me. One of these, this is like a life-size gremlin from our sponsor, Man of Action Figures. Check them out. And there's a lot of things going on with the getting back to the Eagles for a second. Wentz complaining, his relationship is fractured beyond repair. Dude, you should look at your interception percentage. That's fractured beyond repair. You deserve to have been benched, and probably sooner. You're probably the worst quarterback in the NFL this year. You missed like 4 weeks when they were playing Hurts, and you still led the NFL in interceptions, and you're making $128 million for 4 years. I mean, my relationship will be fractured with you too if I was the coach. Why should we not bench you and pay you all that money? The bottom line is, don't expect other teams to do your dirty work for you. They don't owe you anything. They're going to do what's best for them. So, don't feel sorry for the Giants. Don't think the Eagles did anything wrong. And I think it's just a bunch of crap. And the real story, the Washington football team made the playoffs against, I get it, the division stuck, but still, they had the Haskins fiasco, the sexual allegations, their coach with cancer treatment, Alex Smith coming back off the horrific injury, a lot of stuff going on, and they still pulled it out, They pulled it out over some other teams that any of the other ones, could have done it. So we'll see. I'm rooting for them. Obviously, I'm not going to root for Tom and Tampa Bay. A couple coaches got fired today. Marone and from Jacksonville. There's a lot of talk about Urban Meyer maybe going over there. Adam Gase finally gets fired. He couldn't even tank properly. He lost the number 1 pick for the Jets. Is Lynn next from the Chargers? Of course, O'Brien and Quinn previously fired. Dude, Shannon Sharp, Skip Bayless, Sal Palantino, even Max Kellerman. I'm going to excuse him a little bit because he's a Giants fan, but still, Pat McAfee on his show, he was the only one that kind of downplayed it and didn't think it was such a big deal. What happened? I don't think it was. Teams are going to do what's best for them. It wasn't blatant. They started most of their guys. They pulled some guys in the fourth quarter. What's a big deal? Win your games, then you would have gotten in. Jalen Hurts didn't look too happy, but everybody hurts sometimes, right? So that's pretty much it. I just want to get my 2 cents on this subject because I was shocked that everybody's like, oh, the Eagles, they should be ashamed. They should be investigated. When really, there's nothing going on, man. It's everybody does it. Everybody sits starters at the end. If you're in a really good position or if it doesn't matter one way or the other, it's within your right to do what's best for you. Now, it's not throwing a game. It's resting starters. You're still trying to win. So that's it, guys. Just a little quick episode on the channel for that. And we'll see you Friday with our NFL Wild Card preview episode. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.